deep marketing advice of setting up a communication persona and framing your pitch and yourself. But first of all, let's begin with 3 types of personas that we have in general in our lives. So, the first persona is the I, our normal or general persona, who we are, how we identify ourselves. By example, my name is Simon. I'm a human, I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a musician, and I'm a public speaker. My aim is to help other people to follow their passion, to frame their persona, their life, that they could live exceptionally well and follow their innermost calling and passion. I help other people to express themselves. That's the first one, the I. Who am I? So, the second persona that we have is the one that is aimed to our relations, to our close relations, to our wives, our husbands, to our children, to our parents, to our close relations. And they perceive us as something else than we do. As I have a concrete view of myself, and I see myself as I just expressed to you. But how my father, how my wife, how my child sees me, it's totally different. Like I can only guess it. And that sets a frame how I can have personal relations. Like my wife sees that I'm always really swift and fast. I'm spontaneous and I'm in a hurry in her eyes. I see myself as a calm person. And those close relations set a frame how we communicate with the world, how we feel in our everyday lives, because our family is the essence of our well-being. If our children and our parents and wife or husband hates us, we feel usually quite miserable, or we totally focus on work, neglecting everything else. Because when people feel depressed, they can hide themselves behind a work. It can be just building something all the time, or it can be making money, following the money, and aiming it as a pursuit of happiness. So we must be really aware of the second persona, because it creates our well-being. And the third persona is our outer persona, the one that we use in our business life. Okay, it does not have to be business. Some people are doing charity and some people are on a payroll, but okay, it's also business. I just tried to make it more simple for you. If you are on a payroll, it's still business. You are helping someone's business to grow or to sustain itself. Or if you're in a charity, you're doing fucking business. Charity organization is also business that in many countries does not pay for its workers for their hard work. But charity is a good way of washing money and gathering money actually. I love personally charities, but I see also their faults. In my opinion, the best way is to have your own business. It can be a large one or it can be a small one. You can be a physical entrepreneur in our country. In our country, you can register a company for free when you are out from our country. When you don't have our nationality, when you don't live in our country, in Estonia, you can register your company for free in our country. Come and join. But I see the best way is to have a physical enterprise. For example, you are a painter and you make your own enterprise so you can make invoices, and you can ask money straight to yourself. Or even if you're a bartender, make your own company, or when you are working for someone's bar, ask for equity, ask for a share in the whole profit, because that will motivate you even more. And when you are motivated, you get more clients, and you're the one who has employed you, your employer, will get actually more profit when you get more profit. Win, win, win. Easy. But the outermost persona is how you present yourself to the outer world. Oh, like the Instagram people, like, I'm so fabulous, I'm so beautiful, I'm so muscular, I'm so whatever. That's how you try to showcase to the world. And your inner, the I persona, and your outer persona, and your middle persona, actually, they can be really different. So my inner persona is quite contemplative and listens a lot. My middle persona is not so talkative, but my outer persona is just a full-on extrovert, just speaking, giving lectures, communicating with people, spamming them with messages and whatever. So these personas work all together, and applying your personas for setting the frame. You see why it's helpful because now you understand that when you are saying I'm an introvert, I'm an autist, or I'm an extrovert, or whatever, no, your different personas have got different qualities, and from there you can start your work life balance. So if you are really communicative in your personal life, but you don't want to share that much of your work life, it can be you're good in IT, for example, or or you are really good with those one-to-one relations, like those personal relations, then you can do some kind of a blockchain marketing or affiliates, because you're really good in communicating with one-to-one. But when you are like giving lectures or communicating with larger groups, then you have got vision, you can give out visions. Those personas are different, and they help us to apply our job in different ways. Like there's one master teacher of plastering, of a man who does lime plastering, and he's the number 3 persona who is really communicative out there in the world. And it's just pleasant to hear his lectures on lime plaster, how to apply traditional building, and he also shows examples, but he's communicating with his larger vision in his head. But some plasterer, a master plasterer, could be really like, they don't know how to communicate their knowledge out to the world. They can just sit and do their work, and everyone is minding their own business and do not really understand what he's about. But at the same time, when he's unable to communicate his work out into the world, he can be really pleasant with his family relations. He can be really soft and kindle. So when you understand your frame, how you are framed, how your relations affect you, how your attitude towards different topics and communication affect you, you can set your desired frame of work, in fact. And frame, if we try to understand the frame is all about the situations where we are, and it's really much about the metaphysical situation. For example, we have got a social network, that's our frame. So we can relate and we can make our offers, and we can have our input plus output from our social network. For example, I have different groups on Facebook and on other platforms as well, but Facebook is my primary platform, and I have over 10,000 people who are focused on self-improvement, yoga and meditation. So I can shape my offers according to my audience, to my framework. But I have another large portion of audience in the platforms that are haggling and selling stuff from peer to peer. And there I have totally different offer. There I have an offer of offering hardware materials or building materials, insulation, pipework, etc. So my frame sets the tone how I am able to communicate with my audience. And when I understand my audience, then I understand the way how I can communicate with them. Because the ones that are inspired by meditation and yoga, they are interested in metaphysical texts and metaphysical communication, that we all can be great and feel blissful, etc. I can write long texts, poetic texts to them, and explain myself with quite difficult concepts that are hard to grasp. But those people who are doing the peer-to-peer communication, who are who are builders and buying hardware materials, it must be really straightforward and simple. We have insulation material, wood fiber, 50 to 200. You can apply it to old log houses or into a new build. It's quite straightforward and concrete. And it's different communication with the client as well. With a client who is more broader minded, who is interested in the metaphysical, likes to hear concepts and to listen and to have long monologues. But the person who is interested in the physical likes to have short conversations, but talking about normal things like their cars and houses, their family, how you can shape a rock with your hammer and chisel. So understanding your framing, your framework, your audience, and where you are located, you are more easily, you can craft an offer that is suitable for your audience. If I would sell my voice alchemy courses with to people who are interested in metaphysical with a concrete offer, like in 2 weeks you will have increased 45% your communication rate, and you are able to make more offers. At the same time, your level of blissfulness has been increased by 30%, and it's in 2 weeks, and it costs 49 euros per month. Okay, per week. Let's do per week. What the heck is going on? It's too concrete for them. They cannot dream. Or when you see architects, they are having great visions. They're talking about the metaphysical, but they are able to put it on a paper and draw it out. And then there are really concrete workmen who are able to build the houses after those instructions, read the papers. And the framework could be your social capital, it could be your location, where you are located in the world, and also the capita that you own, things that the money or to have any kind of buildings, like we can make fire ceremonies in the steepy, or we have got many houses actually where we can make our events, and the way how we communicate, how we attract those people. I hope this video was helpful for you, and check out 8 exercises for voice, and see you next time. Goodbye.